Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another episode of Jash Reads. Tonight we will be continuing Animorphs number 9, The Secret by Kay Applegate. And a little bit of an update on why I've been doing videos. If you had watched my two previous update videos, you'll know I've been sick, and it seems like I am just recovering. And so I decided I'll make videos because I feel well enough to make some of them, but the shooting schedule is going to be slightly different just to accommodate me as I start to find my footing again and start to figure out, am I well or do I just think I'm well? Because after I'm sick for a little bit, especially after this long, I have to figure out, okay, am I just being lazy and am not used to the workload I usually put myself under? Or am I actually just sick and my body's trying to tell me and I'm just an idiot? So until I am 100% recovered, I'm going to do one dramatic reading of Animorphs on a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. Then the next video is going to be a dramatic reading of Aragon Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, depending, Animorphs dramatic reading, Aragon dramatic reading. And I'm rushing myself just slightly, I admit, just because there's this whole, COVID-19 going on, and I really felt bad about being sick for such a long time because I I I want to do my part in helping relieve your boredom of, self-isolating, quarantine yourself away, and start and giving content. Because after 5 weeks in this tiny ass house I live in, I know how crazy it can be. So I'm trying to do my part, but if I might miss a few days, so just bear with me, okay? Just bear with me. Whew. Okay, and I'll drink a little bit of this Coke, and then we'll get right back to forgetting our own problems by, remembering a story about child soldiers as they get mentally scarred from it. Yeah. Nice bit of escape. Okay, here we go. We have an hour to make plans and get ready, Jake said. 1 hour. Less, since we have to get into position. Okay, what do we know? Marco asked. We know this Fran guy is the one who makes the final decision on the Yeerks going forward. We know he's not a controller, or he would have already voted to let the logging begin. We know the Yeerks won't leave it to chance, Rachel said. He's coming here to the site. They'll be ready to do an involuntary infestation. They have some slug sitting in a vat right now, waiting to crawl in the man's ear. They may just try to persuade this human, Axe suggested. They prefer voluntary infestations. And if they can get this human to give them his vote, they may simply let him go. So what do we do? Attack? Rachel asked. Just storm in and mess everything up? Hey. Shh. Tobias said. What? Rachel asked him. Don't you guys hear that? Even human ears should hear that. We all listened very intently. Then it came, carried on the breeze, the sound of diesel engines. Probably just our friends the Yeerks moving their heavy equipment around, putting it in nice, neat rows for the commissioner. Jake said, but then he thought it over and added, Tobias, you mind going up to take a look? Tobias flapped his wings and soared above the treetops and out of sight. Okay, back to business, Jake said. One way or the other, this Ferran guy is the key. If he votes yes, the Yeerks can log in this forest. If he votes no, they can't. Not without attracting way too much attention. Assuming they let Ferran live long enough to vote no, Rachel said. That's our job, then, I suggested. We have to keep Ferran alive and keep them from making him a controller. Everyone nodded. Too bad I have no idea how to do that, I admitted. Just then, Tobias came rocketing down out of the sky. They've already started! He yelled as he shot past to land on a branch. Started what? I asked. The Yeerks! They've started cutting trees, and they are coming this way! Well, Jake said, I guess that settles the question of whether the Yeerks are going to infest this guy. They don't care what this guy sees when he gets here, Rachel said. They don't care about convincing him. This poor man already has a Yeerk slug with his name on it. You wouldn't believe how fast those machines can rip through trees, Tobias said, obviously shaken up. They're cutting trees like a farmer cuts wheat. And we have one of your hours to help the commissioner, Hack said. Then he focused his stalk eyes on the skunk burrow. The small ones are right in the path of the loggers, if Tobias is correct. I expected Marco to make some snide remark about how no one cared about the skunks at a time like this. But to my amazement, he said, Hey, no one messes with the skunks. Those skunks are under official Animorph protection. He winked at me and gave me a mocking clench fist salute. Save the skunks, Earth sister! Marco is such a pain in the butt. But then, just when you think he's going to drive you crazy, he'll come through big time for you. Yeah. These are our skunks, Rachel said. No one messes with our skunks. Excuse me? Hello? Jake interrupted. A plan? A plan, please? Well, I began. What? Jake asked me. I shrugged. If Rand is the key, we need to grab the key, right? Chances are they'll have to turn the force field off in order to get him into the camp. That's when we get him away from the Yeerks, no matter what it takes. Grab for Rand, Marco said. Simple, elegant, and yet, given the Yeerk power in that compound of theirs, completely suicidal. I'm surprised at you, Cassie. Usually Rachel's the one to come up with a totally suicidal plan. You have a better idea? Jake asked Marco. We could go home and watch TV. I'll take that as a no, Jake rubbed his hands together. Okay, then. We snatch this Fran guy as soon as he shows up. In the meantime, we have to slow down those tree-cutting machines. Rachel grinned. Cool. I felt sick. And that's the end of that chapter. That's what you guys all waited like 5 weeks for. That's lovely. Hey Google, turn studio light white. Sorry, it's like halfway through the reading, I'm like, wait, it's rare if there's a white light. Usually because it looks more natural, usually I keep a nice blue. It's nice, bright, lights up the room enough for me. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what you guys waited 5 weeks for, 4 short pages. So I'm planning to get back into doing videos again and hopefully on my regular schedule. What about this chapter? I would not like to be in these guys' shoes for obvious reasons. I mean, there's they have around an hour to plan, and their plan's basically, okay, keep the key away from the Yeerks. This will all work out fine. It's yeah, I don't know how I can do it under pressure like that. I don't think on a normal day I can handle pressure that will never mind, whole life-death scenario where where, if you fail, the humanity's gone. It's great. But I do love how Marco's yeah, these skunks are ours. You can't take away our skunks. And, Cassie, before he said that, was he's just going to make some dumbass remark. And it's oh, he's actually as a character, too. So, for the question for today, tonight, or whenever you're viewing this to help escape, dreadful reality, here's the question for you. Let's see. What's a good question? Oh, okay, here's something. So, when you be that invested in the skunks, if at the end, near the end of this chapter, everyone's oh, the skunks, we have to protect the skunks. Would you be like that, or would you not really give as much of a shit? Please comment below and tell me why, and also feel free to comment about anything else you thought about this chapter. Let's get a nice nerdy conversation going. And if you would like to view more of this terrible content, which, sometimes the intros are a lot shorter when I don't have to update about, what's going on very briefly, please remember to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of this wonderful content. I just don't do Animorphs dramatic readings. I also do Aragon dramatic readings. And every now and again, I do reviews. And I've been working on some Patreon exclusive reviews. So, I'm going to finish about, let's see, 2 more of those. And then I'm going to do a public review where you can see how terrible my reviewing skills actually are. And also remember to like this video. If you're also on YouTube, don't just subscribe, also like, so it messes with the YouTube algorithm so my videos can be seen more. And if you are viewing this on my Bloggity blog and viewing on the desktop version of my Bloggity blog, please choose the follow by email option so you never miss out on any of my wonderful content. That will soon get back to normal, hopefully, because being sick for 5 weeks, everything has slowed down. I am working, but also pacing myself out. Everyone's obsessed with the latest Animal Crossing game. I'm I'm getting really obsessed with Pokemon Heart Gold. Basically, I have phases where I'm really into Pokemon, and then I play Pokemon every now and again. Right now, it's everyone's Animal Crossing. I ain't getting my fucking Articuno. My favorite Pokemon. So yeah. So things will get back to normal one of these days. And before I end this video, I will say I'll be back Friday, and if I'm not back Friday, then I'll be Monday or Wednesday. Hopefully at a more normal time for me. And also, I know self-isolation sucks, especially if you have a small house such as mine. I basically live in a house with like there's this room, there's the room that's, on the other side of a there's basically this study is about as big as the bedroom, and then there's a living room slash kitchen. So, I if you're getting just going mad with this self-isolation, especially if you live in a place as small as mine or smaller, I can understand your frustration about how you want to get out and about. But remember, to protect yourself and others and to, help slow this spread of the coronavirus, you need to self-isolate. It really, really sucks. And I've been like randomly crying throughout the day because like this is I feel like I need to get out, but do your part. It's an easy but hard thing to do if you're able to. I won't go into the whole other thing of jobs and stuff because this is supposed to help relieve all the tension. So I hope you all have a safe day. You don't get sick, and feel free to start chatting in the comment section about how you're dealing with it. So, and until next video, goodbye. Yes, I want to end this video.